It should be a really fun one. Both teams have a really entertaining style. So we're going to go through all the facets here. Again, throwing shade. I think the big surprising one here that maybe people are a little bit unfamiliar with. Whoa, wait a minute. Lasting Presence. Was that a misclick?
This is carry SF.
I mean, there's no way.
We're theory crafting here. Think OG things.
I mean, okay, I've actually tried Lasting Presence. I have, because I love Shadow Fiend. He's one of my favorite heroes in the game. And even if you get like 2 or 3 hero kills, the fact that it's not a permanent stacking type of thing, similar to like your just passive, feels kind of bad, because during that time frame you feel like you have to get objectives, and if you don't, then it's kind of wasted. We're gonna see them make a nice wraparound here, looking for K1. Can they actually get in range? Seb is here with the body blocks. K1 might just try and go for the deny. Oh, yeah, he's gonna have to. Ends up going to the tower. So could have been way worse, but overall really good wraparound from OG, and grabbing that first blood is going to be massive for them.
I guess everyone getting a little bit of that net worth.
They do go ahead and do the aggressive body block again on the bottom side of the map, which we have seen them do before with this Night Stalker. So the lane will push out towards the side of Heroic. Seb does mean, being the Ogre and Learning Curve, he will get a very early level 2 here. And that is something that you can play around on OG, right? The 2 points in the Ignite pretty much coming out immediately.
I mean, you'll try, but we do see the lane's already in that good spot we talked about.
This is where things are really scary. He's just going to get ran down from Devi and Schofield. And without having the slowing raises, like it doesn't actually feel as good to stack up, you know, multiple instances of that raise.
We'll definitely have to ask them about that, intentional or not. I think with an Ogre...
It's definitely intentional. It has to be.
It could make sense with an Ogre as well, because you get so much attack speed in a team fight. If you do pick up a kill, you probably start popping off like crazy with the damage. And this is not a high armor team on the side of Heroic, right? No actual agility heroes. They're going to have to buy all their armor.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel really good when you start pulling up stacks for the Presence of the Dark Lord. It really does. Like the minus armor can absolutely matter. I think the bigger question is just if it's better for the lane. Well, if it's good enough, because if you can survive the lane, I think that's the reason people go the other. So we're going to see them get really aggressive onto Tomato. He's got no close range raise, and they finish the job. Schofield yoinking the kill off that level 2 timing of the Night Stalker and the Marcy. Now, Seb, incredibly scary thanks to the 2 points at Ignite early. But they've got a good wave pushing in. Top lane, KJ here on the Enchantress, starting to fall a little bit low. We'll end up zoning him out, though. God, the fighting is just not stopping here in the bottom lane.
Oh, we kind of expected it, right? High aggression teams here, especially on the side of Heroic. And I think OG is maybe a little more flexible, but they'll definitely lean into it as well.
Yeah. All right, let's focus up on mid lane a little bit, because this matchup I was very curious. Like, you picked the Ember into this. Oh, that is a blood grenade. He has a lot. Oh, no, the napalm, he dodged it. Okay. That might have actually been a kill if he didn't dodge that napalm. Tomato will make it into the trees. Schofield not going to chase. Okay.
Now we see the early point in Searing Chains come out to keep Analog at bay, keep that Ember Spirit safe, but yeah, he is getting pressured a lot. Batrider starting to pick up an early lead in the CS department.
Yeah, as soon as he gets like 2 or 3, oh my gosh, it happens again. I mean, this is the Marcy effect, man. If you have a hero in lane that's immobile and is punished to getting, you know, gap closed, which Shadow Fiend definitely is, it can kind of snowball those early levels. I mean, he's got 8 CS to the 14-6 of the Night Stalker.
Yeah, this is exactly what you wanted, and this is what they envisioned with the Night Stalker. You punish the SF early while he's weak.
KJ's coming mid. Oh, Analog, does he have mana? I think he does. This might just be a solo kill onto BZM.
KJ, give me a
Up to
mango
4 stacks. Blood grenade comes out from downtown. Up to 5 will burn to the innate of the Bat Rider, and there it is. I kind of felt like this was also inevitable with this like matchup.
I'm thinking it's Bat Rider favored as we watch it. Well,
KJ's coming bottom with a Centaur. They're just going to keep getting aggressive. So Schofield can actually just throw a hero into the Centaur, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Is Seb stuck behind the tower. Nowhere to go. They're going to TP in on some extra heroes. Will they actually finish off Seb? The enchant is out. He's going to try and chase it with the Centaur, and he gets the kill. With the Dark Willows rotation, he will be enough to finish off that, you know, support Marcy, but it cost Tomato his life. KJ getting some big work out of these rotations.
And with that, the course take an early lead. All the side. What am I saying? On the side of Heroic, all the cores are at the top right now. We're 5 minutes into the game. Things already looking really good. A 2K lead after some quick movements, kills across the board.
They're bringing numbers top for Hector, and I think they know he's alone. They've got everybody on the bottom side of the map, so really smart rotation. Bringing both supports top, punishing this Chaos Knight, and this means really good for Whisper, because normally, like you said, you lose the lane, but you recover. He's not really losing his lane. He's the only one having a good lane.
Yeah, he's doing all right. No stacks though, so they better keep this going. And if they can actually find a kill on Whisper,
oh, they want Whisper so bad.
Here.
He's got another Centaur. There's going to be the Chaos Bolt. Bramble making some space, but the rebound with the chain stun. Schofield trying to survive, will not be able to. Good snipe from Ari.
Dies second though.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
So that's pretty big for Heroic.
KJ just getting a little bit more harassment damage here into the Willow. As Analog grabs a shield rune. He's going to have to... Oh, it was in his backpack. Analog almost getting punished there. That was so close.
Feeling a little
He's going to get a bottle refill as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea. He's too low to do anything, and he's also doing well, right? So you want to make sure he can keep up that momentum. Though Ember starting to recover decently.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we kind of expected this a little bit, that OG would struggle with that Ember mid, but that he offers more later on. For example, this early active gameplay that matched with the Bat Rider. They're going to find a kill on Schofield. 7-minute runes. Doesn't look like anything too crazy, but it's actually Whisper picking this up, same as Devi Llama. So we'll see some early ultimates out from the offlaners. Devi actually has his right now if they want to move down here. Looks like they're busy looking for Whisper.
Oh, he's got
Nice
the boys. He's gonna send them into the tower and start getting to work. Oh no, this tower is gonna die so fast. You have to fort this. You have to deal with these skeletons.
Yeah, this is the Arsonist facet on the Bat Rider again.
All right, yeah, they're bringing the numbers. They're gonna see the Ember coming from mid. Seb's TPing in as well. So they're forcing some rotations. Enchantress Innate coming in handy there, grabbing a free neutral item. I guess they're always free, but didn't have to actually kill the creep.
Particularly free. Tomato playing super safe in that time, and I think it's a great call because Devi Llama should be looking for that aggressive play. Has that 6, sees the supports rotating top. I think they could still look to make a play. Maybe they got an eye on mid. Devi Llama's heading in. 8-minute rune.
Ooh, that's a really good rune. I will say Tomato has recovered extremely well, right? Like his lane was so bad, but he is top of his team in terms of net worth. He's having a pretty dang good time on the last hit charts. As we take a look at mid, I mean, this is pretty much dead even.
Yeah, OG did a great job recovering.
Roar top lane. The TP is coming through from the Marcy. There's going to be the Fire Blast as well. Can they get Hector out? He's going to go ahead and get the Phantasm. The bonus move speed. It's enough for now, but he might burn to this Ignite as Devi Llama with the wraparound. Great Searing Chains from BZM. There's the stun as well. They can't do anything. They can't pressure anybody.
Tomato's in the back.
Oh, that's a sick Requiem. He was looking for K1, but he's in so deep. The team's got to help him. Analog also a little bit afraid to step in as the damage keeps ripping from OG, but they finally find themselves a kill. It's going to be onto the Shadow Fiend. BZM now running low on resources, but he's burning through them. Out of mana. The Enchantress helps find the kill as it goes to Schofield, and now Ari's going to go down next. They finally managed to snipe one. It's going to be the support Enchantress, but a costly dive here from OG.
That's a crazy fight happening at 9 minutes in the game. 10 heroes in this top lane. And it's so close. Oh, OG's going to be annoyed with that. Like, just one extra auto attack here or there. And, you know, Night Stalker's dying at the start. K1, CK is dying at the start. That was a really close fight that is going to have some impact in this early game. The fact that Heroic ended up with the 3-1. Yeah, we get a replay on this. So Tomato tried to wrap around, but they actually got tossed, interrupted by Marcy. Managed to get the ult off, but like you said, in a terrible position. And oh, Lasso in the mid? I think he's got a safety remnant. Oh, he actually doesn't. But I guess with Ari there, he's good to go. Some good luck on the runes. He's picking up another one, Illusion. That's actually really good versus Napalm. He'll have a free Dispel.
How many Centaurs is KJ going to find now? That is like the 4th.
Centaurs is a little more understandable because it could be hard or medium camps. It's when you watch the pros get like 15 troll summoners in a row. You're like, where is he finding all of these?
You're like, come on. Gabe and help. What is going on here?
Yeah, as you watch the enemy Enchantress take all your towers, you're like, well, how is this fair?
TP's coming in from the bottom side here. BZM does zone them away from the Shadow Fiend. That'll be enough.
And despite the early death, 2 deaths, I suppose, K1, 5.7k, pretty early on. This is going to be a scary CK. He's working on that Orchid. He'll just keep farming till then. But once he has it, I mean, he can kill anyone in this game.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's Hector always being high on net worth, no matter how bad of a game he's having.
That's true, no matter what hero. Now, actually, you could say something similar about Tomato as well. Not quite as high as K1 this time, but he does seem to have some pretty amazing recoveries. We've seen him lose lanes, but somehow, you know, here we are, 11 minutes, and he's, you know, in a pretty decent spot. This guy got 4 deaths. He's at top 4. Explain that to me, Ricky.
I can't. There's no explanation. Mid lane, another attempt here onto Analog's Batrider, but the TP in from K1 might have pushed him away. Terrorize only connecting on a 1 as it's sidestep. So Seb will burn. He's going to be the sacrifice for this mid 12-minute rune. Actually, Divine Llama's in onto the backside. He does have a Shadow Realm in 1, and they do not want to continue as Tomato forced to rotate in for the side of OG.
What are the runes left? Amplified damage? And I think regen?
Arcane, right? I haven't seen an Arcane.
Yeah, these are some big ones coming up.
I mean, this is such a sick kill from BZM.
You best watch out. He's got some extra negative armor right now. He's gonna go take that tower.
Analog once again making a play onto the mid lane. Nice Searing Chains into the Bramble. But Analog a little bit scary to pressure. He's not having this like explosive Batrider performance that we saw previously. OG is actually doing really good at defending the towers from him so that he can't stack up these napalms onto the tower. And I think that is one of the primary differences we're seeing this game as to the previous Batrider game.
I also think they had more initiation in that last game compared to the Night Stalker, who just has to run in. A blink is being delivered right now to the Night Stalker, so maybe that's what they needed. The blink AoE silence to allow the Batrider to get in and do the rest of the damage. They're heading mid right away.
I mean, if they get the Ember, it's massive. And I think with these heroes, they can. Oh, he doesn't have a Remnant. It was so close. It would have been amazing for BZM, but no defensive Remnant placed. It's so hard to know, and they just get paid dividends on that Blink Dagger immediately as the 14-minute rune's going to spawn. And you said it's big ones, baby. The Amplify damage and the Arcane were the only two left.
He got caught off guard by that Blink for sure, and with that, they're going to take the mid tower here. He did pop the Amplify damage rune for this, so maybe they'll head to another tower right away. They don't really have any vision set up top, and the wave's not in the area, though, so perhaps that's all they'll get out of this Amplify damage rune, which is maybe not too bad for the side of OG.
Yeah.
What items are they working on? Orchid is very close, just about 400 done away from the CK.
And there's the Ags on the Beastmaster. No matter what, this hero's getting like a 15-minute, 17-minute Aghanim Scepter, even in the worst of games. So Whisper had a pretty good time in his lane and gets a little bit of relief thanks to kind of heroes rotating out of his lane, right? A lot of attention was put bottom and mid, so Whisper was kind of left 1v1 against the Chaos Knight, and that is kind of best case scenario for him. He's got himself a really early Aghanim Scepter. They might actually pressure the Roshan, and I think that's exactly what they're doing. It's like, you get Ags, you can take Rosh. So we're going to see them set up for this immediately at the 15-minute mark, which is huge for this roster.
Yeah, this would be a really good steal. They're not really the ones looking to make a bunch of early plays with this Aegis, more so just deny it from the side of Heroic. Especially with this like Orchid timing come out from CK, you can see them play very aggressive, get the Roshan for themselves later, except now it's gone probably into the hands of, yeah, the Beastmaster, because he's the one who's going to be active. Tomato will probably just keep farming for now. Maybe he'll show up when he has Requiem, but
I'll be honest, dude, this dude's he's banging them drums of war, and they are going to get louder and louder as this game goes on. He is going to be unbelievably strong on this Beastmaster. He has the favorable matchup, and they actually can't fight into Beastmaster for the next 4.5 minutes at all. Like, it is impossible to fight into OG now. So they have to split push the map.
Do you think Beastmaster should have infinite scaling where every kill he gets, the drums audibly get louder? Like the sound volume
you just
increases.
have to, but
it
not to
get
him,
buffed.
only to the enemy team.
Yeah, it doesn't get buffed whatsoever. It's just like the sound is louder.
Like the AoE of the sound is louder too.
Ooh, yeah,
so
yeah,
like
that too.
You hear it across the map. Like anytime he's on the map, you just
It
hear
shakes your screen as
banging
well.
Sad screen shake. You can't disable it. Oh man, yes, please do that. I'm in for that. We're gonna see them make an attempt onto Analog. KJ luckily nearby for Batrider's sake, but might end up losing his life as they drop the roar, and there is no way out of that.
1 decibel louder. The second drum kill.
Dude, please do it. Actually, that'd be so funny.
Well, with that kill, they're gonna get mid. They couldn't get the Batrider. Good positioning from Analog, staying near those cliffs, so it's hard to surround him. But Chantress does not have that ability. Quick kill for them. And yeah, I mean, you'll take these early towers and small fights, right? But you kind of see them just fall back to farming, deal with their lanes. The later this game goes, like you said, the Drum to Slam is really good versus Chaos Knight.
There's definitely like a curve to it, because it's the strongest it's ever going to be right now. And then in like 10 levels, Chaos Knight starts to care a little bit less about it, but then, you know, Beastmaster ends up getting like, you know, Shiva's Guard, and then at that point, like, you just actually can't fight into Beastmaster ever. So we'll see. I am curious what his build's going to be. It's usually going to be like the Blink BKB, and then after that, you make your choice of, do you want Shivas? Do you want like just Refresher? Like you can do a lot. And then at that point, like, you just actually can't fight into Beastmaster ever. So we'll see. I am curious what his build's going to be. It's usually going to be like the Blink BKB, and then after that, you make your choice of, do you want Shivas? Do you want like just Refresher? Like you can do a lot.
It's like OG's
They're
gonna
just
take the
putting
tier
his first
2
aims
tower.
to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually is leveling Feast of Souls. This is a first. I mean, you didn't go the Shadow Rays facet. If you're going to go just raw right-click damage and you have the Ogre for the Bloodlust, Feast of Souls is valuable. You just have to make sure that when you use it, you can immediately farm your stacks back up. So it is, yeah, it's an interesting spell. I think most people unbound the ability so they wouldn't accidentally level it.
No, most think 1 point in it at least.
They'll put 1 point in it,
And then they unbind it.
Yeah, at like level 16, where you like can't put any points into like talents or other abilities, and they're like, I guess. Nah.
They're trying to do some creep cutting here. Try to slow
Classic
down OG,
KJ.
which I thought they would actually like chill a little bit, but I guess they do recognize how strong Beastmaster is right now. You just cannot fight into this hero.
Is it actually a kind of a cool space making play from KJ? That being said, they aren't going to be able to stop this just train chugging down this bottom lane right now. Whisper on this Beastmaster. He's going to threaten your 20-minute Wisdom Rune. Or your 20-minute Tormentor and Wisdom Rune. They put a ward and a Sentry that will scout this, but instantly dewarded, thanks to Seb.
Dire are scanning.
Maybe KJ should have stuck around there to try to steal the enemy Wisdom Rune, which is actually still there, investing right now.
Oh, he finds Seb. Good jump in from K1. The Orchid is there. They're going to try. He blinks, but he gets immediately silenced onto the Beastmaster, but a beautiful Requiem does the job. The Roar comes out onto the Batrider. They need to get Tomato, but they don't have the damage quite yet. It's all up to KJ just to finish the job, and it works. So far, a 2 for 1. Unable to get more, but Ember stuck up onto the high ground. Terrorized, beautifully thrown by Ari, and now Whisper continuing to bang the drums. Does end up falling to the Phantasm here of this Chaos Knight as a buyback into a beautiful rebound. Schofield grabs 3. They turn it around. Whisper's all alone. Can he survive? Not at all. A double kill for a Hector and an incredibly value buyback. Oh my goodness. Look at the CK damage, dude.
Yeah, that's the first time he's truly been in one of these fights. A lot of times it's been him being gone on, gets really low, and just runs away from the fight. But he has been at the top of the net worth, so we get to see the damage come into play here. So there's a great blink silence on the Beastmaster. He actually ran away a bit, so the Roar does come out and allows the Batrider to be dealt with before he could really get these kills. But he did enough damage, so see Enchantress kind of doing Enchantress things, damage from the back. Ari does have the blink, so the blink, Bedlam doing some damage there. Yeah, this buyback, really nice. They commit hard on that Night Stalker, sets up this incredible rebound. It's so good. Goes past like 2 Brambles too. I don't even know how.
And at this point, when Beastmaster respawns and he doesn't have Roar, he doesn't already have the drum stacks going, you're way less impactful, right? Like, you need to be sitting at the max drum charges. That's how you survive, you sustain, and you just burn through the CK illusions. But when he's, you know, respawning by himself against the Chaos Knight and Illusion Army, there's just no chance. I like the Chrysalis. I really do.
Well, he'll be doing a lot of damage. It's just in this case, he doesn't have a BKB, so he was just taking so much damage from the Batrider. Tomato had lived longer in that fight. I mean, I guess it sounds obvious. If your carry had lived longer, he would have done more damage. But especially with the facet he picked and the talent, right? Truly, the longer he lives through the fight, then he gets more stacks. He's doing more negative armor to the enemy team. So losing him pretty early in the fight was a big part of why OG then kind of got wiped by sticking around too long.
And he's got the level 15 talent, right? The presence aura affects buildings. So not only does it snowball into the team fight where you're like, oh, I have, you know, like minus 14 armor around me because we just like wiped the whole team. Well, now you just walk high ground and you 3-shot buildings because all of that armor is being reduced as well. So it is very scary if you lose a team fight near your base against the Shadow Fiend and the Shadow Fiend lives.
Yeah, it's a pretty greedy build though. He's going straight Daedalus. So he is really trusting his team to set him up. And I think if Heroic catches a glimpse of him rushing this Daedalus, they should recognize, like, we just need to take out SF at the start of the fight, and we're probably good to go. Like, he's probably like 50% of their damage now at this point with this build.
Yeah, if you can get Shadow Fiend while silencing up the Beastmaster, that'd be great. But I think as he's closing in on BKB, there it is.
Literally done.
Yeah, I was like, if he gets BKB, that's not going to be super effective anymore. As the smoke comes out, there's going to be the lasso up onto the high ground. It's onto a Dark Willow, but they've isolated Seb. Whisper with the BKB into the Roar. He's trying to get to his team, but it's going to be Tomato ripping through the Marcy, and Analog just gets chunked down. Tomato holding the Requiem for now, silenced up, just laying into the Chaos Knight, but he's alone now. Chaos Knight pulls him in, finishes the job as BZM dies in Fountain to the Void. Oh no.
What?
Oh, the frame perfect TP. You love to see that sometimes. Chaos Knight again survives with just an immense amount of damage coming out from K1.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Really
attack.
nice Orchid there. SF trying to cast Requiem, and if that Requiem goes off, I think OG wins that fight.
Agreed.
But I think we're going to see it here in this replay. So they kill off Seb pretty quickly, which, I mean, he's an ogre. As long as he's bloodlusted, it's probably not a huge deal, but it does mean you don't have a stun. The Roar and the BKB come out, but doesn't really get anything done. You do see Tomato's, like, insane damage, right? But right there, that Requiem gets canceled, so the Beastmaster dies, and he just gets focused down from there because he's got a very aggressive build.
Oh no. Like, I saw the Void and it, like, go off, and I was like, huh, that's weird. I thought he would die, and it turns out he did.
He did.
Oh no. Wow. I mean, that is. Here's the blink build from Ari. Hold up. Is he looking? There's no way he's going for a solo kill, right? Okay. He's just gonna D-ward.
Is it solo? I think not.
Well, a little bit of help here. Whisper really wants to hold the Roar. With the help of Tomato, an easy pickup. And that is minus armor, right? These are actually the scenarios like where you have to be a little bit careful.
Radiant's top tower
Further reducing armor. I wish there was a number there, but it's 2 per kill, I believe, right? So
It's further.
just further.
top tower has been denied.
A stack of 1, not to be mistaken with the additional 2 armor. Yeah, Shadow Fiend's scary, man. He's just finished up his Daedalus. He's on his way to his BKB. And with that, there's going to be a moment in these fight where if Tomato gets like 4 or 5 attacks off, whoever he decides is going to die just dies.
See if that
Except
comes
maybe
up
the
right
Chaos
here.
Knight.
Because Roshan is up, scouted by the Enchantress. OG knows as well, I think. Smoke on smoke.
Ooh, Chaos Knight sending in the illusions, looking for something here. I think he got a glimpse of BZM. Tomato's actually just on the other side of the pillar, and they can't see him. They want to get a high ground ward. KJ on the left side, trying to break more of the smoke. He steals a boar. Gonna send it in, but here comes the Dark Ascension. Where are they?
They see the
Trying to
clipboard.
scout him out, but they just dove right onto Hector. There's the Roar, and Tomato trying to lay him to, but no! Schofield interrupts it. He will turn it around. They take down the Marcy, and Hector will fall. Whisper finally gets his target, is now KJ on the run. Ember Spirit dying on the backside as Divine Llama will finish the job as Ari does manage to get the blink and the Cursed Crown. Night Stalker does have his own blink, able to dodge out the Requiem. Divine Llama's gonna make it out. This was actually such a cool call from OG. They, rather than like running into the Night Stalker ult, they just ran north, and it worked.
They must have read the wrap around. I don't know if they saw something that gave them that idea, but they move away from Heroic, which if they had found the backline jump, it would have been fantastic for them. But instead, by moving north, they actually catch K1 right off the bat. And he lives for quite a while, but he's not doing any damage. So he's just spending the whole fight running. It means once he's out, you don't really have the ability to kill anyone on OG, so you just got to run. They do at least pick up the Ember, but you know, not a very great fight, and they now lose the Aegis and the banner.
Now that is like the perfect scenario for OG, right? They find the Chaos Knight, he gets the roar no matter how many illusions you have, whether it be like the Phantasm, the BKB, and the Manta. Beastmaster will just chew through these illusions when he's the one taking the fight on his own terms. If he doesn't have heroes on Heroic like pinning down the Beastmaster. And, I mean, like you said, it's like he doesn't get anything done on the Chaos Knight in that fight compared to what we've been seeing previously. Actually, the both of them tied for highest damage, 19.8 thousand.
We're seeing it really comes down to how these fights play out. And BKB now finished on Shadow Fiend, so the opportunity is a bit lost now to quickly jump him and kill him. Especially because he's also now the one holding Aegis, because he's got that that extra negative armor. It's further shredding these buildings.
I love
he actually doesn't
Sentinel.
have it. He doesn't actually have any right now, but
Solar Crest, Vlad's Bloodlust. Just give everything to this Shadow Fiend.
I live for my
that-
carry.
Yeah, dude. It worked. That is a full lane of barracks. No contest coming out from Heroic there. I'll be honest, I am surprised that that's the case. I thought they might do something to try and pop the Aegis, but we talked about a lot of building damage on Batrider previously, but my lord, Tomato, an absolute beast this game.
To be fair, I think Enchantress has actually done a lot through her creeps.
That's
but
true.
It doesn't contribute to her. But she has been a big part of taking the 3 tier 1 towers for her team.
Dire are scanning.
He'll go
They
for
got
the
the banner for
disassemble
this push.
eventually. Oh, you're right, they do. It is nighttime. That is a big benefit for Heroic here, but a nice smoke from OG. We'll kind of hide the back line.
You at least have like Chaos Knight illusions and maybe like Martial to possibly deal with the banner pretty quickly. But melee heroes, so you're going to be in a lot more risk than you'd like.
Yeah. We saw Marcy go in onto the Shadow Fiend in the last fight, and he turned around and 3-shot her. He does have Glimmer Cape as well as a Solar Crest and now an Elven Tunic, so a little bit of mischance, which a little bit of evasion can go a very long way against a Shadow Fiend that can hit you for like 800 damage.
Yeah, might want to finish like phase boost as well. This time he's gone for a much less greedy build, which kind of understandable because of his 3 cores all want to kind of build right click. You know, should he do that as well? So he's gone for more utility. It does mean he's not as threatening. Like when he jumps you, you're like, oh, I'll just kill you. Okay. Other times you're the one running from the Marcy with the BKB Basher right now.
A very different Batrider build as well, right? Like something we've seen compared to his earlier series, right? Where he went like the Shard, the Manta style, the Lincolns. This game he's gone like Blink BKB Force Staff. He just wants to be able to pull them into the enemy team.
Banner goes down.
Oh, you pulled something into the enemy team. That is not ideal. Tomato will still lose his Aegis to the Enchantress. In comes Whisper, gets the BKB, the Roar, actually used defensively just to get out. But now Seb pulled right into Mod. The LOL from Divine. You're playing a game, sir. Get in there. Jumps in on Schofield, tries to force the BKB on Tomato, and he does. Does he fall? He does not. In comes Divine Llama. Oh my goodness. The damage. Tomato's BKB is spent, though. Hector, gotta be careful. The Curse Ground hits, and Whispers on top of him. They get the kill. KJ trying to find the kill onto Tomato, but they both die. Double buybacks coming out from Heroic. Divine Llama flying around on the backside here, trying to get some information. If they can get to... Nope, he disassembles into the Satanic, instantly full heals.
I think they know he wants to cut the creep wave because the banner got killed. But yeah, by backing up to protect the wave, cannot commit to finishing it off. He's laughing in that fight. You see his mid Batrider misses his spell. The offlane Beastmaster misses his spell. It's a bit of a messy fight. But enough for OG. Tomato's got 4 stacks of further negative armor reduction. He's going to destroy these buildings. Look at that.
That's 8.
Just
Look at the
gone.
tower has negative 15 armor. Like, that's what I was saying. If you lose a fight and Shadow Fiend lives next to your base, you cannot deal with this. It is over pure damage.
Yeah,
It's
just right here.
That is mega creeps. Yeah.
We saw too, man, Heroic's going to be kicking themselves for that, because we saw how quickly, even after the lasso misses, Tomato still got deleted by CK, right? So just imagine that, but in a much better position for your team. It's going to force the enemy to all run in, which then maybe you get some godly silence from the Night Stalker blink, AoE affecting everyone, force those early BKBs out, then SF responds like next to your tier 4 towers. That fight could have gone so differently, but now Heroic's going to be on the back foot. They don't really have the best heroes to hold mega creeps. They do have 2 incredibly well scaling supports, so if this game drags on for like another 30 minutes, they probably outscale here, but I don't think you're going to get a chance. I think at this point, OG just plays it safe, gets that next Aegis, and then looks to end. Or
they
with an early smoke.
They're going to walk right up onto a high ground ward. Analog's in a lot of trouble. He gets the BKB off, but that does not save you against this Tomato. A massive terrorize, catching 3 on the backside. Schofield trying to hobble away, cannot do it. You will survive on CK, but the GGs come out. Tomato on this carry Shadow Fiend, making it look real good. But an overall just great team play from OG.
I want to add a clarifying statement. It's like they'll take it easy.
See if they can make this a 2-0, or if Heroic will draw this one.
I think Snapfire Core will have an easier time versus the Venomancer 5. I think that might be some of the idea there.
I almost feel bad. I owe it all to me.
The only mystery is how
Is there a Spirit Vessel builder? It's pretty good this game.
30 seconds.
I don't know who would get it though.
He did go play carrier, by the way.
Ooh. In before Alchemist just farms them all for extra gold.
Oh, the dream. Remember, we've seen like Alchemist picks lately into Broodmother, and he just like runs around the map and he's like, mine, 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 mine. Give me them spiders.
It's so much money. K1 would definitely do it too.
All right. Nothing too odd in terms of the early rotations from the teams. We're going to see double ward plays mid from Heroic here to give a little bit of vision onto this Templar Assassin, but also maybe scout any early rotations, as they definitely want to enable BZM. Like, he needs to get to an early, I think mid lane it's usually Blink Dagger into the Deso.
I think part of it too is that BZM is supposed to win this matchup pretty hard, so you can preemptively predict, like, we need to watch for these rotations that will either come fully stomp this lane and then we lose our tower, or we need to see things happening so we can react and maybe get a return kill on the TA and tip this lane back into our favor a bit. You probably can't even tip it that far, just like get more out of it than you're supposed to.
Yeah. I am mostly curious like how he's going to build this offlane Snapfire, because this is a hero that, like, when you go this Ricochet facet, like, your guts, like, I want to just go Gleipnir, you know? Like, I want to go right-click damage. I want to build a Gleipnir. I want to do some cool stuff. But
and I will.
The responsible thing is to go for something like Guardian Greaves, you know? But we'll see. You know, what he ends up doing here is Tomato. He's safe. Like, he knows kind of what his limit is on this hero. Schofield forced to TP back to the tower thanks to the Gale from Seb. So smart early TP force there.
Greaves probably is the responsible choice.
Whoa.
For Snap. Especially because, like, so another lane we want to watch is Alchemist to see how well he's doing. But if Alch has a decent Radiance timing, like, you could have a nice timing of, like, Radiance Alch, you got Greaves on Snapfire, Puck just builds a Blink or something. And you could be pretty strong around that.
I will say one thing that's interesting is if Tomato does take more and more harassment in the lane, the Little Shredder becomes more value because you're kind of morphing away a lot of your armor. But overall, he's definitely struggling to actually secure CS. Partly just the effect of Tiny, but also just the constant harass from the Snapfire, which not what I really expected. It'll be easier for him, I imagine, as he gains levels, but for now, off to a slow start. Top lane, Inkswell will stun up the two of them. Can they actually find the kill onto Ari? They're going to try and chase here onto KJ as well. Unable to secure either kill as the 3-minute Lotuses are coming up. And it looks like both are going to go to Heroic, so that's a big...
You need to win these side lanes, or at least get a lot out of them, because definitely not going to get much out of mid.
That's a really fast kill on the bottom lane. Dude, he was full HP.
Not even crash
Okay.
landing toss yet.
Wow. That
The
was
avalanche
just...
tree grab hits with the little shredder negative armor.
Wow, that was way more damage than I anticipated. But Snapfire being universal, right? It's you gotta actually remember it's a lot of damage that comes out just from these right clicks.
Alchemist is being denied a bit here by the Mars.
Yes, Seb jungling with the 5 wards on his own hero.
Radiant are scanning.
I am preventing them from pulling Tomato. They will not have this camp to use anymore. I have farmed it. I am contributing. He has gone 1-0-2. I think you kind of have to do this if you're gonna get plate carrier. I like tested different versions, but I mean you can adjust based on the matchup. But I think it's ideal if you can do this.
I think you're correct. He is gonna find Schofield here. Avalanche does come out. He's just gonna try and waste some of their time. Really good ward block there for a moment. As Seb continuing to chase, but he's got boots. Schofield's not that slow.
This is the downside of not having points in your passive. It's a weak slow right now.
He's got Fairy Fire and Lotus. Schofield could turn legitimately if he gets tree grab in 3 seconds.
Making space. He's content. Divide Llama putting some pressure on Tomato. Oh,
BZM a little bit deep here. Hello. Top lane. We're going to see them aggressive rotation come in from Schofield as they're going to just try and find Ari here on the Rubik. Roshan coming through the gate, just trying to watch some of the chaos. Kill goes to K1.
I'll report one of you take this kill from me. That's the Alchemist way.
Don't
right
you
there.
dare. You put that tree down, Tiny.
I'm just making sure he doesn't get away. Yeah.
They're going to go for an
they find
aggressive
Whisper.
toss. Yeah, they toss him over to KJ. They have Inkswell. Not going to connect. Really good spear from Whisper. Perfect targeting.
Yeah, almost. I don't even know how much he could control that because it's like really hard in that moment. But if you toss away the Alk with the unstable concoction, you still die because the Inkswell pops and then he just throws the concoction from afar. So that was it. Had to be the Grimstroke there. Otherwise, you die, or at least you lose like a massive amount of health.
They're going to win the 50-50 in mid on OG, so a haste rune going early over to Templar Assassin. And as we take a look at the lane, yeah, okay. Big wins for BZM here, actually looking quite a bit stronger in terms of the CS, which is expected, right, going into this Puck matchup. We'll see how much it ends up mattering.
This jungling Veno's got more last hits. Now they're worth less than what Puck has, but this is some of the strength of this plate carrier. You win the lane. So, okay, don't grief, guys. Let me explain how this works. So you're not just throwing it on your carry and griefing him. You go 1-0-2. As soon as you get the point on plate carrier, you stick it on yourself, and you run at the enemy supports, the enemy cores. The plate carriers essentially add like 30-ish damage every time they all attack the hero. So you harass the enemy, you win the lane, and then you go jungle with the plate carrier. Now that your carry should be able to handle it on their own.
Beautiful haste rune rotation, but double TPs are coming in. They really want Tomato. The Avalanche, the Silence, the Inkswell. Can they get him? They do. Okay. Big response from the side of Heroic and a worthwhile punish as they end up going 1-1 on the Wisdom Runes as well.
Analog picks up that kill too, so much needed recovery kill for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Seb on this jungle Veno is going to start contributing in terms of net worth for sure, but you can see kind of the effect it's had on Tomato's game, whereas Tomato is definitely the lowest on the course. So we'll see. Mortimer Kiss is coming through onto BZM in the mid lane. It's not enough to finish the job. They need some more damage. Will they actually connect? Orb dodged. Very nice from BZM. Goes ahead and pops the refraction. In comes Little Shredders, but here comes Whisper. The arena. It doesn't catch the puck, but he has managed to trap Devi Llama. Schofield with an avalanche. The Inkswell. He's going to be able to pop it, and they get the toss on over. BZM gets another refraction. Dude, there's no way he makes it out of this. Okay, they managed to get him at the last possible second. Ari dodging this out. He might survive, but no TP, so this is going to be a long road home for him.
They might give up on chasing. I don't know if they know he doesn't have a TP.
You can, like, click the portrait up top just in case, but
That's true.
yeah, I think Alex just like, oh, money, money. I found farm. Ari does use this time to put a nice ward, though. Like a really nice ward.
Puck's so annoyed. He's like, that was my recovery stack, man. What the heck?
I was doing that. I mean, Ari's sticking around. This might pay off, dude. They're going to look for analog. He gets a courier. Telekinesis. Oh, they get him. Analog is dead. Beautiful rotation in from Seb. He's level 7, bro. What is this?
Jungle Veno. And now he's going to come steal farm. Oh, actually, I really like that idea. Now you're stealing farm from the Alchemist, and you know the puck wants the jungle to recover. I'm contributing, guys. I'm over here, taking their farm.
I love how you just walk away from creeps and you're just killing them, you know?
It's pretty good. The hard part is you need to know what you're doing, and your cores need to know what they're doing. You need to trust Tomato will be able to farm on his own, which he is struggling a little bit, but he's not like feeding 1v2 like it would in your pubs, and that's part of why this works, especially at a high level.
Dude, he steals their triangle area and then just TPs out. They're looking for Tomato here, but until you get like a Blink Dagger on your Tiny, these are going to be way more difficult to actually connect on. Mid lane, it is going to be an Amplify damage rune going to the hands of the Puck, which is a very big rune for him. As Schofield TP's top, he wants to try and soak some farm here on the wave, maybe, but KJ with a wraparound. The Radiant Scan just barely misses. Whisper has no idea this gank is coming. And they will find him. Inkswell comes through. He cannot get rid of the Phantom. They'll just reapply it. Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful gank here from the two supports. Puck coming in to contribute, trying to just take the last hit. Whisper with the ult, tries to zone him out. It's actually a really well-placed arena.
Yeah, that was almost amazing. That would have been such a good escape. 4 heroes commit on you.
Yeah, they actually, I mean, they get mid-tower for it. They force 4 heroes top. It's really not that bad from OG. Like, that's actually a perfectly okay death from the Mars.
I think so. At the same time, for Heroic, you probably expected to lose that mid-tower versus the TA, so you're kind of happy you got, like, a kill at least top versus Whisper. Who's going to be the main playmaker for his team, right?
Yeah. Our Observer's just going to keep a second camera on the Veno the whole game, as we're going to see them just run down Schofield here. Ari's the one getting the kill. But, yeah, I mean, Seb is just having a blast. He is so farmed on this Veno. He has mech done on a 5-position Veno at 11 minutes.
Dude, we have to live vicariously. You guys, you all complain about junglers. I see it. It's like, oh, this guy's griefing me. But you know, in your heart, it's a guilty pleasure. It's like, oh, I wish I could jungle Veno. Oh, I wish I could just sit there and free farm. You know you want to.
That's a great response. I like that. Oh, man. I would love if jungling became a viable option again. I really do. I think it's such a cool mechanic. It's such a cool way to play Dota. Mid lane, they're going to do the coil to try and find Ari here. They actually get a little bit of bot time, though, thanks to those raindrops, as BZM's going to try and close the gap. Analog does find a shield rune top. Ends up not going to it. Oh, no. He's dead in the mid lane, chased down from BZM and Tomato, and now the arena, the spears, pinned down the Grimstroke. 3 for 1 as OG is rolling through this game right now.
We got some good voice line usage this game.
Yep.
All right, yeah, we see this play hit. It looks like Analog almost got out, but kind of greeds a little bit for the shield rune. Maybe felt he would die if he went for it, but unfortunately it does mean he just gets run down by the TA instead, so maybe he should have committed for it and at least steal away the rune, and then Whisper rotates over with the arena. This is OG. We were kind of seeing who would come out ahead from this early game. Right now, OG, the fact that they have a 3K lead versus an Alchemist, right? You can see on the net worth, Alchemist is at 9K, huge, but then it's the 3 cores from the side of OG. And
4
Puck
cores.
honestly doing better than expected. I think that comes down to the recovery kills. It's maybe the Snapfire who is struggling a little bit.
Dude, Veno is gonna pass Puck this game, 100% at this rate. Like,
Jungling
the fact-
viable, guys.
Oh, they're gonna find Ari here once again, but a nice blink onto the backside. Coil does come out. Analog is just in deep, and he's just getting shredded by this TA. He's trying to hobble away, but the tick damage is there. They've got him. Mortimer Kiss is looking for the Seb Venomancer. They finish the job, but they turn it right around. 3 dead as K1's got to do a lot of work here to try and find some kills, but he is all alone. His whole team dead as BZM blinks aggressively to try and chase for more, and they might just continue going. Whisper's got the arena. There's the spear. They've got him, baby. It's all 5. Triple kill for BZM. Beautifully done from OG, and this game is spiraling out of control.
There's the Veno passing that puck. This is... I mean, with that especially, it's huge because you can maybe make a case before, oh, if Alchemist gets big enough, Alchemist is strong enough to, like, solo the other heroes, so there's a chance. But they just won that team fight and killed the Alchemist, which means they're starting to slow him down too. And at the current rate things are going, the Veno is stealing your jungle. Like, where do you farm to catch up?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. That's the thing, right? Is like you have this like offlane Snapfire, which I haven't even really looked at the items he's building. Oh, back on live really quick as we're gonna see another coil come out. Spear will save Seb for the moment, but Analog jumps in. There's gonna be the mech as Schofield's just getting beat to death here by this Morphling. As a toss comes out the other way, and it snipes the Tiny. A little bit of revenge as now BZM goes in, just cleans up the Snapfire. Soulbind down, double concoction coming through, but can K1 actually finish these heroes? He gets the Veno, but it's gonna cost him so much more. A miss saves him for a moment, but it's not enough. And the dives continue. BZM chasing for more. Whisper just able to just go back and forth in these fights as Analog's looking for something here. He will get the Mars. He should burn here to the Witchblade. Schofield offering just that little bit of extra damage as well. This is a much better fight, technically a 3 for 3. You get the Morphling, a massive pick.
You do have Blink on Tiny from that fight.
Oh, 3 for 4.
Yeah, I think so lovely respawned and rejoined the fight. You got to find something off this Blink. You need to find a couple return kills here. We're at that tipping point. If OG keeps finding big fights and keeps farming up like 80% of the map, right, they're just gonna run away with this game. So this Blink, let me see, are they close to anything else? Looks like he's gonna go Shard on Grimstroke. That's a pretty good combo. Manta almost done. You need to find something here.
I will say the benefit of the Venomancer this game is the fact that he has allowed OG to farm the enemy triangle for the entire game. Blink, arena, spear, out from Whisper, perfectly done. Onto the best target as well. Alchemist sidelined for 40 more seconds as they look now into the jungle. And guess what? Seb's found Schofield. He's going to try and TP out, but there is no shot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
2 dead. 7,000 gold advantage.
You sass me, you sass me.
I mean,
What's the recovery? TA, technically a fragile hero once barriers down. If you overcommit, it could be a huge kill for Heroic. I think it comes to like messing up your high ground push, which at this point they should probably just go get Aegis and stick that hero on the front, and they're probably fine for OG.
The fact that this Venomancer is doing the exact same item build as your offlane Snapfire, but he is half an item in front of it is seriously problematic. Oh, what a grab from
TP
Tomato.
almost there.
Radiant's top tower is under
And
I
that's
think
the
maybe
first...
the TA slipping through the cracks, because TA was recently banned all the time. And then due to some nerfs, started to slip through as you started prioritizing other heroes, like Pango made a resurgence. Hoodwink started making like, oh, you know, this position 4 is really annoying, we should ban her. It means TA slipped through, and maybe they kind of forgot about that. Because I think picking the puck, when we then went through a list, we were like, you gotta ban Dragonite, you gotta ban Sniper, right? We forgot about TA as well, but not OG, and I just feel like Puck was supposed to be a big part of the playmaking to make space for Alk. Like, if you look at it with the Snapfire offlane,
He's
how
dead,
do
by
you-
the way.
Yeah. Like, this is what it, right? Whisper, classic Mars Whisper. It's easy. You just blink initiates. You got the Rubik lift, right? Their playmaker is good to go, but your playmaker is the Puck, and it got hard countered by the TA. And so it's just so hard to make any plays. I mean, now they have the blink on Tiny, now that you're like 10k behind and when it finally came online, right? So now making the plays is super rough.
I mean, you just got to give so much props to OG on their lane performance in both of these games. Like, they have looked very good coming out of the lanes. And, yeah, I mean, Alk, he could ult here. I think he knows there's no way. BZM with a very stylish last hit off of the TA trap, right? Thank you, Observer, for highlighting that. I should have brought that up initially. It's so fun watching TAs do that.
Yeah, and actually, if we get they're about to push, so we'll wait for later. But later, okay, now we actually did see a glimpse right there of the minimap of OG's vision. It's insane between play carriers and traps, let alone their actual observers, right? So not only are they ahead, but every time you try to split push and you're trying to sneak your way out, it's really difficult to do so without getting caught. This Tiny currently doing it in that tiny pocket right there.
He's actually just blocking the path with Plague Ward, so they cannot physically walk there. He's like, yeah, come take your Tormentor, XD. Good luck.
Okay, they're gonna see the it's revealing
Oh,
over
the
to
trap.
him.
Do they get it? They do not. It goes to the way of OG. They're going to try and
Maybe
bring
they
down the
pick up
TA's
TA?
Aegis, but it's not enough. The Guardian Greaves are out. Davai Lama sacrificing himself to finish the job. You get the Aegis, you lose your Tormentor, you lose 2 heroes.
It was
5.8 thousand gold gain in that time.
honestly a really good attempt by Heroic because you kind of know OG's gonna
they
do
found
it.
more. Dude, Ari's blink is so scary too. Just the blink telekinesis to set up anything for his team.
Yeah, it's looking pretty over. I think that play is really good though, because you can maybe steal the Tormentor, plus in the process of doing Tormentor, your team gets really low, so you can maybe find a kill. It looks desperate, and obviously it didn't work out, but that's kind of where they're at. You need to take these desperate risks to have a chance to come back. If you try to play standard, you definitely lose from here. So it's good that they're trying this stuff. It's not going to be enough this game by the looks of it, but obviously you will look back and say like, okay, we're in the draft, we're in the laning, can we fix? But it's good to still try to win these like terrible games.
Yeah. I mean, Tiny has his blink, but he just can't approach any fights, man. The damage coming out from the Venomancer, the constant slow Soulbind is there. Hector actually gets thrown in. Will get the double concoction, but where is your damage? It's just not there. K1 just getting kited out completely. Davai Lama's dead on the backside. Another Inkswell is out, and the GG's come out from Heroic. An absolute beatdown of a game 2 from OG. 25,000 net worth advanced, an Alchemist.